Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for this week's question and answer video. I hope everybody's feeling okay, calm, relaxed, and ready for the video. Lots of good questions today. Some of them I haven't read, but the ones I have been great. What I'm doing is I'm answering your guys' questions from the last week's video. And anybody has questions, please go down below into the comment section down there and ask me anything you want, please. No bad questions, repeat questions are welcome. Just ask. We need to understand what happened to us to heal from our trauma. That's number one. Everything that hurt in our life that we don't understand, we tend to believe it's our fault, that we're bad people. Shame. So let's heal that, okay? Let's heal that ourselves by placing yourself out there and asking a question and getting an answer that hopefully makes sense to you. I love feedback. I love to have conversations down there, and I love that everybody will also support others and reply to other people's questions and statements. You guys are sharing your stories down there, which are just beautiful. I hope these are helping all of you guys. If you feel like I'm helping you and I can help other people, please do me a favor and support what I'm doing. There's several different ways to do that. You can subscribe to my channel. You can give the little thumbs up or thumbs down, give me feedback, tell me what you think, ask questions, say hello, let us know where you are at. It's nice if you ask questions to give your location. That's something that I think provides a little bit of support and validation so that people don't feel alone in this. When I had my experience, I didn't know anybody out there. I thought I was the only one, didn't know what was wrong. And so support really helps. Interacting, socializing, things like that really help us. So please be active down there, and you can support me by placing these videos in your own playlist, sharing it with others, sending it to people's phones and stuff like that. I would really appreciate that, and so would anybody else that this information reaches and provides the help that they need. Okay, so I recommend something every week. I'm going to recommend the same thing I recommended 2 weeks ago because I found a great product, a really great product that I bought one. I've been trying it out before I recommended it, and it's great. You know when something works really well and it makes you feel all giddy and you laugh? And that's what I did. I used this thing, and I was just amazed and surprised that it worked this well. I wasn't sure if it even worked at all by watching the advertisements for it. But trying it out myself, I got to realize that it does. I've been using it for a while, and most of you guys know what it is. It's called the Camigo. And the reason I'm recommending it again is because I got these guys to give me a discount, a code for a discount now. They were awfully nice to do that. Thank you very much, Camigo, if you're watching. And I'm going to pass that savings down to you guys. It's $30 off. Pretty cool, huh? It's not cheap. That will make it $149. But it's worth it. It really is. If you have anxiety, if you worry, if you have stress, and I know every one of you have some degree of this. I know everybody could use some calmness in your life. Life is stressful for a lot of people. Most, I think, we all have stressors that we need to deal with, and this is a really great product. I'll just break it down for you again. So what you get is you get this product here. It takes 2 AA batteries. They give it to you and supply it. They even give you the little screwdriver to put the batteries in, replace them. I've been using this for a while now. Batteries are still working fine. So this is the machine. This has a little cover that protects it from falling. It keeps it clean, and it keeps the scent active, alive, doesn't die out. And so what we do here is we put the batteries in it, right? And we add the little scents. They give you some in this little pouch that stays sealed to keep it fresh. The colors, it comes in purple and this gray, I believe. That's the only other two. And the scents come in peppermint and lavender. I believe those are the 2 scents. And here you go. So the scent part of it is these little things here. and it attaches on to the front like so. And you turn the power on right here. See that? See the buttons light up? You have an option right here for vibrate or turn it off. So there's 3 different things working here. So you have, this machine controls your breathing. It doesn't control it. It's got a memory device in here that tracks your breathing, okay? And it helps you. You're breathing out into this machine. You're not breathing in. This is great device for meditation as well. I really recommend this for those of you that need to calm your brain down before you go to bed. I always recommended breathing to my clients and meditating. This thing is awesome for that. So what we do here, turn off, yep. So we hold it like this angle, we breathe into it, big deep breath, and as you breathe, these lights will light up. Let me see if I can get it to do it for you guys. See that? The more you do it, the more it starts remembering your breath, and it encourages you to take long, deep breaths. And when I used this the first time, like I said, I kind of like giggled because I noticed it calmed me down right away, and I wasn't expecting it. And it's just really cool. I'm somebody that strongly recommends supplements over drugs. This isn't even something that you take. Somebody asked me about allergies, and you don't breathe in, you breathe out, and you have the option of using the scents if you want. So it's got the vibrating stimulation, you can turn on or off. It's got the scent you can put on or take off with another available scent for you. And then it helps control your breathing. Regulate, maybe that's a better word. I really, really like this thing. I call it my little amigo. And it comes with the cool carrying bag right here. And I recommend you guys keep this clean with alcohol wipes. You wipe the mouthpiece, you can wipe the inside of this, and this protects it from dropping, keeps it clean, and makes the scents last longer. I take my little pouch of scents and I put it in the bag with it. But like I've said, I've had this for about a month, been using it, and the scent still as strong as it when I first got it, and the batteries are fine. Call me go. I will put the link down there so you guys can save money buying this. I know a couple weeks ago a few of you said you were buying one. I don't know if anybody has. I would love your feedback if you have. As far as the discount, maybe you can still get that discount. I'm sorry I didn't have it then, but I'm just really glad that I reached out to them and that they're offering a discount like that for you guys. And I'm happy to pass that down to you. Yeah, so anybody who has one, tried one, get one now. Let me know what you think. I would really appreciate that, okay? And again, the link is right down there. The password is DeMars, but you just use the whole link and it takes you there, okay? Make sure you get your discount. All right. So let's get on with the questions. Like I said, I've read most of them, but not all of them. Connie from North Carolina. Hello, Connie. Thank you for your videos. Thank you for your answers to our questions. Your words and guidance are a soothing, healing salve. Thank you, Connie, very much. I love the feedback. Appreciate it. That's why I do this. Yeah, to hopefully give you guys some help. Nessa from United Kingdom says, thanks, David. I will trust again and trust myself more moving forward. That's all we can do. We need to heal from our experiences so they don't come into our new relationships, right? If people have fear of abandonment, we have to heal from that a lot, and going into these new relationships, we have to try and trust again. And we have to realize that our bad experiences were a different experience at a different time with a different person, different relationship, okay? And try not to let it affect your new relationships. This is all new. Everybody isn't the same. Hopefully our experiences get better and better and add some confidence for us. And the best way to trust somebody is to trust them. It really is. That's all we can do, right? And we take it slow, and we protect ourselves, and we don't just jump right in to relationships. We don't explain everything about our lives and tell them everything and ask a million questions and talk all day and text all day and go out every day and right. I'll see you next Wednesday when we have plans, okay? And you don't need to text me 5 times today and tomorrow and the next time and the next, okay? We take it slow. You know, it's not about the finish line, right? It's about the whole experience. It's about getting to know people. Very, very important, okay? All right, thank you, Nessa. All right, let's see if we can get to a question here. Becca from Indiana. Hi, Becca. I already watched this video, but I had to come back to it to ask this question. Oh, you spelled it wrong, but that's why I couldn't understand. Sorry, BPD, obsessive thoughts. It's okay, Becca. But is it true about ghosting happens all the time? I'm not worried too much about the beginning, but I'm talking later on when you love the person. For example, like with my last ex, it was sort of long distance prior to me moving in 60 miles away, but I'd always watch for the 2-hour mark. Like if I had not heard from him in 1 hour and 50 minutes, I would start bawling, convinced he was going to just disappear. But seemed like every time I'd start crying, within 5 minutes he would call. I wouldn't answer because I had to get a hold of myself and I was too embarrassed to let him know this crazy behavior until I was in devaluation. And then a couple times I told him, but what I was looking for was reassurance. He just said I was psycho, but I'm learning to say my needs. I'm not dating. I don't know what that's, but in different relationships, and it works better if you let people in and tell them you're a little weird. Anyway, now I'm paranoid for when I do date. Are we talking about it's common to ghost at the beginning or after it's committed? Sorry, big abandonment issues. Gotta know. I wouldn't say that it's common for people to ghost each other. No. Try to understand, Becca, and everybody who's had a lifetime of toxic relationships is rare, okay? More people than not have had, decent relationships and experiences. And it's all about being mature and communicating and being vulnerable, okay? And so most people don't ghost. No. Unhealthy people that don't know how to communicate, that are full of shame and things like this and don't care how you feel, or they ghost. People like that tend to ghost, okay? We need to communicate, and it's only fair to other people to tell them why the relationship is over, okay? And we got to be honest. So closure is about honesty. It's about the truth. And when somebody doesn't give you that, you give it to yourself, okay? So Becca, what I see here is we are relying and depending on another person to calm you down, right? And we have to be very aware of this when it's happening, okay? What I would recommend when you find yourself in this kind of situation, especially repeatedly, is to not wait, to not rely on him, to start calming yourself down, Becca, and telling yourself that your fears come from your past experiences and this is a different person in a different relationship. Because what happens, Becca, what happens is no matter who this other person is, right, that when we perceive abandonment, we get guarded, we may abandon first, and it's going to almost come to fruition because we might depend on this person to comfort us, to calm us down, and we might have just met them in 2 weeks, a month, okay? It's not other people's job to do this. And so even a healthy person, if we start saying, oh my God, I thought you were going to leave me, and and then an hour and 50 minutes, oh, you don't care about me, I don't think you love me, and stuff like this, the healthy person is going to go, well, I can't do this, I'm sorry, it's over. Hopefully they say it that way. And then we believe that, our fears came to fruition, that we knew that he was going to abandon us. But maybe we pushed that, okay? So, Becca, it comes to, are you ready to date? Are you ready and prepared to get hurt again? Are you going to be okay if somebody does abandon you, if somebody does not give you closure? Because things like this happen in life sometimes to most people. And we have to learn to accept it, that we're going to be okay, and learn how to calm ourselves down and not wait and rely on somebody else to do that for us, right? Because if you don't have plans, and you're just going, I got to hear from them every 2 hours, there might be a problem. There's no security in your relationship, and I'm not blaming either party. This is something that we do together, okay? And so you tell them how you feel, and then he gets a fair chance to see if he wants to continue the relationship. Okay? That might sound a little harsh, and I'm sorry. But we have to go into relationships being aware of this, not fearing it. Right? And if we fear it so much, there may be some more things we need to do before we date again. Okay, Becca? I hope that made sense. Please let me know what you think. And you don't need to tell anybody you're a little weird. You're not crazy. Sorry that this person called you crazy. That's awful. And so we start really, really slow in relationships, Becca. Really, really slow. And we got to try to get to know somebody before we attach to them. Okay? So meeting somebody today and dating them within, let's say, next week, we go on 2 dates, we text every day. I told them all about my problems. See, you don't need to do that, Becca. You don't need to tell people, oh, I'm a little weird, I've got fear of abandonment issues and stuff like this. You can still have these things, but don't let them rule your relationship. And that's maybe too much to share right away, okay? Because you might start kind of scaring somebody else. Saying to them, you know, if I don't hear from you in 2 hours, I start freaking out. I'm sorry. Just please reassure me that you're not leaving me. Saying this in the first week or month of meeting somebody is placing way too much responsibility on somebody else. We must learn to do this for ourselves in order to be in a functional relationship, or we depend on somebody else to do that for us. And that's codependency, okay? So, you know, this is a real inner dialogue. This is real self-awareness and mindfulness. Being aware of ourselves and our experiences and how we feel, processing our fears and communicating, right? And having that dialogue and reassuring ourselves that this is somebody new, right? And I'll be okay if they abandon me, but most people don't do this. Unhealthy people that can't communicate very well do this. So if you meet somebody and you're just communicating about simple things, it might take a little while until you get into something more sensitive, and you take your time to do that, okay? And I see you once a week on Wednesdays. I don't need to text you. Please stop texting me. I'm a little too busy. I don't care to text people most of the day, throughout the day. And if this person needs that already, red flag. It means they're not comforting themselves, right? And they're relying and depending on you to do that for them. And they're attaching very, very quickly. And we are in control of this, okay? One thing we always have is time and space. Always. We can create space and we can give ourselves time, all right? Attaching too quickly will always stir up fears because you don't know somebody yet if you're attaching right away. And then we want them to reassure us and offer security and meet our needs. No. It's too quick, it's too fast. I use a little 3-rule method, right? And so first, very important, is that anybody we want to have relationships with, we must share the same values, period. Write down some of the morals that you value. I hope most of you place your morals at the top of your values list, right? And we can call these standards. We have to have some standards, and one of the best ones is that they value the same morals you do. And I'm here to tell you that not everybody does. We are all equal and completely different, okay? There are people in this world that do share the same moral values you do. I recommend choosing those people to have relationships with, because if you value honesty, somebody that doesn't, it will never work as a relationship with you. I mean, can you see how simple that is, right? I'm honest and I tell the truth and then they lie. It's never gonna work. And we accept people for who they are and move on. Don't change them, okay? So we have time. We can take our time and go slow, and we can create distance, space. That's something we are always in control of, but we may never have felt like we were, okay? Growing up, we're kind of conditioned to do what's expected of us immediately, even if it feels wrong, feels bad, too fast, scary, right? So that's something we can work on. Number 2 is when we do know When we do know, when we are sure that somebody shares the same moral values as we do, which takes an awful long time, a long time, right? You guys are just learning about your ex you were married to for 10 years. Didn't know them. Somebody who hates themselves and won't show you who they are, you may not ever get to know who they are. The good thing about that is they'll be contradicting, right? I like this, and then they show they hate it. I don't like this, and then they do it. You better do this, but they don't. I value this, but they don't. Okay? These kinds of things will eventually surface in time. But being so scared of it, we end up finding or seeing what we're looking for. Okay? If we're ruled by our fears so much, we are determined to find it in somebody. Okay? So please, if you can trust what I'm saying right now, is that yes, we are all different, but there are people just like you. There are people that share the same values you do, and there are people that are willing to reassure you. Even if, some people need more reassurance and to provide security, and it's okay. There are some people out there that are willing to reassure you more, but we have to be able to take care of ourselves and tell ourselves we're going to be okay either way. All right? If we find ourselves too scared like this, there's a problem. And this is the problem, how we feel, and this meaning that it needs to be fixed, okay? And so when we do realize that somebody does share the same values as we do, it starts to feel safe. And secure to open up and communicate with them and then start meeting each other's emotional needs. It might take a verbal commitment, right? Are you dating anybody else? Because if we're not committed, why are we having sex, right? If that's what's important to you and that's what you're looking for, then that's what you're going to get, sex. Don't expect all these other things, okay? So we do this, the third way, is by communicating and being vulnerable, okay? So I wouldn't be totally vulnerable. I wouldn't go backwards and be totally vulnerable right away and start meeting someone's emotional needs before you know what they value, before you realize that they're nothing like you. Okay? And they don't care about honesty and respect and loyalty and don't care about your feelings and who people are. Okay? Because there's a lot of people out there that are actors and they can portray this and pretend it. They know what it looks like for a while, but they will always contradict themselves eventually. And that's a red flag. Okay? Red flag is emotional. Problems in relationships.